Okay, so we are going to do a third example before we start talking about circulation and flux. And the reason I want to do this example is because it uses a different form of the vector line integral. So we want to evaluate the integral over a parametrized curve where our integrand is x squared dx plus xy dy plus dz. This implies already that we've done a dot product between a vector field and our curve. And the components of our vector field, in fact, let me help you recall the form that we discussed earlier and derived. So our integral over curve C, vector line integral of f dot t ds, can also be written as the integral over the curve p dx plus q dy plus r dz. Here, our vector field f is p, q, and r, and dx is x prime of t dt, dy is y prime of t dt, dz is z prime of t dt, and x prime, y prime, and z prime all come from the derivative of our vector function that parametrizes the curve. So this is the setting that we're in. It's the same type of problem. We still want to understand how much of our vector field points in the direction of our parametrized curve, but it's just written slightly differently. And so I picked this example so that we could figure out how to solve a vector line integral when it's written in this form. So let's get started. In fact, what we can do with this x squared dx, what I think is the first thing we should do is think about what is the vector field that we have given here. So in this example, the vector field f consists of p, q, and r. P is x squared, q is xy, and r is 1. So our vector field is x squared, xy, and 1. And the rest that we have there is this r prime of t dt, right? So we have dx dy dt, which is just the derivative of our parametrized curve. All right, so let's think about this a little bit more. We'd like to be able to evaluate this. And to evaluate this, we can split it into 3 separate integrals, really. And then we can change everything to t's because our parameter interval is with respect to t, so we might be able to use that. So we'll rewrite this as the integral over the curve of x squared dx plus integral over a curve of xy dy plus integral over the curve of 1 dz. And we'll do a little bit of work underneath each one of these integrals. First, if I want to change this to an integral with respect to t, well, x squared is the component of our vector field, the x component of the vector field. We can use our vector function to write that component in terms of t, since our vector function is t squared, and 1, and every point on the curve, its x-coordinate is just t. So x squared is going to be t squared. So we can rewrite this as t squared. We know t goes from 0 to 1, and now we need an expression for dx. So dx dx is equal to x prime of t dt. So our vector function r of t is t squared 1. This x prime of t is the derivative of our first component with respect to t. That's going to give us our differential. So dx is x prime of t is just 1, so dx equals dt. And this first integral is just the integral from 0 to 1 of t squared dt. Okay, that's the first one. We'll add them all together in a little bit. The second one, okay, same vector function. Now we need to write our integrand xy in terms of t, and so that's going to be t cubed. T goes from 0 to 1, but now we need dy, and dy is y prime of t dt. So if we look back at r of t, the derivative of the y component is 2t. So dy is going to be 2t dt. And so this integral, we're going to multiply t cubed by 2t dt. And we'll add those integrals. And our final one is just dz. So we have integral from 0 to 1. We need to express dz in terms of t. So dz is z prime of t dt. But notice that the z component of our vector function is 1, and the derivative of 1 is 0. So this is 0 dt. So we're not going to have any contribution from that third integral. And now we're ready to finish the problem. So we're going to evaluate the integral from 0 to 1 of t squared dt. And here I'm going to factor out the constant 2, integral from 0 to 1 of t to the 4th dt. I multiply t and t cubed. And integrating this, we have a t cubed over 3 from 0 to 1 plus 2t to the 5 over 5 from 0 to 1. The first integral gives me a 1/3. The second integral gives me a 2/5. We can get a common denominator of 15, so we have 5/15 plus 6/15. No. Did I do that right? No. The second one I didn't do right. 5 times 3, 2, 6. That's right. And this is 11 over 15, and that's the value of our integral. So this form takes quite a bit of work, but it's not too bad if you understand what everything represents. What dx, dy, and dz are in fact the components of our the derivative of our curve. And x squared, xy, and 1 in this case were the components of our vector field. And we've done the dot product between them. So that's what this form represents. If you are a little bit worried about using this form, you can review this example. You can also go back to the video that's entitled Forms of Vector Line Integrals, and that might help.